You know, in my experience, I've met a lot of people who say that they can't draw a straight line, usually people say. Or, not that you have to have a straight line, but people often say that. Or children feel kind of fearful, you know, that they are drawing. Some child once said to me, "I feel so scared because I'm going to draw like a child." And I said, "But that's a fantastic thing to draw like a child. I wish I could draw like a child." And seriously, I do. And she said, "No, but I draw the sky at the top and the land at the bottom." And what they really mean is they feel disempowered because they can't draw realistically. And that, I think, is a real pity, but it's also the job of arts education to deal with that, to say that this is not the main aim. It may become an aim of some artists, but it's not the main aim of being creative. A certain kind of realism is just one aspect of art. I think we must recognize that art is a process. You know, it's not always about a product. Critical thinking is a process. It's not always about a product. And it's the same with creative thinking. I'm sitting here talking to you and my mind's going already. I'm being creative in many, many ways. I need to be able to get to that, you know, piece of paper to be able to realize that creativity. But it might not come out. I'm not going to be drawing a picture of you realistically, even though there might be something of you in our encounter in the creative result that comes out. And I think it's because society puts this really, especially Western society, puts this really, I would think, restricting expectation on people's imaginations, to the point where people's imaginations think imagination is a realistic painting. You know, that there's, I mean, this is a convoluted way of talking about it, but let me try and say it more simply, is being creative is a process. Sometimes that process will deliver products that you feel somehow are going to be appreciated by other people because it conforms to the expectation of what art looks like. But art looks like many, many things. As Picasso would, and he's an old artist already, would have told you, you know, I think one of his quotes is something like, "It's taken me all my life as an artist to be able to paint like a child." And some of his best works are those works which are not realistic in the way that people seem to want to aspire to be successful. And I'm not dismissing realism. I'm just simply saying that a beautiful, beautiful painting, a beautiful expressive painting, need not be the kind of realism that many, many people think painting conventionally is. And I think the problem is that children express themselves freely when they go to school, because this is often the kind of way that society molds people into being conformist. And to some degree, of course, one has to conform. But on another side, that is not important. That is not important to conform, because you'll think that there's one way to do something, whereas there are many, many ways to do things. And part of being creative is to recognize that there are many ways, and you will find your way